Eddie Hearn and Canelo Alvarez vs Saunders is one of the biggest fights in boxing. Canelo Alvarez's next fight against Billy Joe Saunders is one of the biggest fight in boxing following the Mexican star's horrendous mismatch against Avni Yildirim last Saturday night in Miami, Florida. It was a stay-busy fight for Canelo, one that he insists that he had to take for him to hold onto his WBC 168-pound title, but the closer truth is he wanted this easy match. The mandatory against Yildirim saved Canelo from having to take on someone that could potentially beat him. Canelo may regret choosing Saunders. It could be a massive mistake on Canelo's part for choosing to unify the 168-pound division because he's likely to be waiting for a long time for Saunders' match. Eddie and with Saunders' history of repeated injuries, there's a real chance that we could see his fight against Canelo postponed once or twice before it eventually happens. Canelo's goal of fighting 4 times in 2021 may be ruined if Saunders fails to make it through training camp in one piece. If not for this, Canelo would have to have had massive pressure to face the dangerous contender David Benavidez with the WBC 160-pound champion Jamal Charlo. Those are fighters that Canelo has shown no desire to fight, which makes sense. Losing is no fun. Those are two fighters that the boxing public have been asking Canelo to fight, but he's arguably using the excuse of in the 168-pound division in 2021 to avoid them. And got many fans excited about the WBA WBC super middleweight champion Avo as his title defense against Yildirim with 21 wins, 3 losses, and 12 knockout wins, promising that it would be an action-packed one from start to finish. Instead, it looked like Jordan was half stunned even before walking into the ring. Hearn fine with how Jordan did fight. You want to say that when you're getting that kind of money, when you're getting that kind of opportunity, you go out on your shield, but you can never criticize a trainer pulling his fighter out when he's about to get knocked out or hurt, said Hearn to IFL TV about Yoda being pulled out of the fight by trainer Joel Diaz. I didn't mind the way Yildirim was fighting, he just was never good enough. The body shots were brutal, to be honest with you, Hearn said about Canelo's bodywork against the punching bag-esque Yildirim. Hearn may not have a problem with how Yildirim fought against Alvarez, but many boxing fans did. The way Yildirim froze under the lights was far worse than how he shot the shot Julio Cesar Chavez performed against Canelo Alvarez in that fight in May 2017 on HBO pay-per-view. That was a fight that Golden Boy Promotions had built up to be a war between Canelo and Chavez. Instead, Chavez Jr. failed to let his hands go and spent the entire fight on the ropes taking shots. When you realize her promotes Billy Joe Saunders, it makes sense for the fight to happen. And the worst thing that could happen is if Yildirim had landed a lucky punch and scored a knockout over Canelo. Saunders is the toughest fight for Canelo. I do honestly think it's obviously this fight would be hard for Canelo to win. I'm gonna go for a 9 round knockout. So I think he should fight these other people: David Benavidez, Jamal Charlo, Gennady Golovkin, Dmitry Bivol, Edgar. As always, I'm the fight talk, and hopefully he doesn't lose to Billy Joe Saunders.